Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm thrilled to have you here today because we're diving into something super exciting: anime-style glass shading in Blender 3D. This is going to be an amazing tutorial where we'll learn how to create glass materials that have that unique, stylized anime look, setting your 3D models apart with a touch of elegance and flair. If you've been wanting to add some anime-inspired glass effects to your creations or just improve your shading skills, you're in the right place. I'll walk you through the entire process step by step, from setting up the materials to fine-tuning the lighting and rendering, so you can create glass shaders that look stunning in your 3D scenes. So, get comfortable, and let's blend some anime magic together. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited, subscribe for more Blender tutorials, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any future content. Let's get started. First, select the default objects by pressing A and delete them, then go to Factors and click on Ambient and Bloom, and in Color Management, change the View Transform to Standard instead of Filmic. After that, go to Edit, go to References, search for Node Wrangler in Add-ons and enable it. This add-on is very important for any kind of texturing. After that, if you have any object on which you want to apply glass shading, select it. I will take any random jug from the Blender kit for myself. By the way, in this tutorial we will also create an object on which we will test this glass shading. Then select your object, go to Edit Mode, press A, select All, go to Mesh, go to Normals, and click Recalculate Outside. This will remove all bugs from your object. Then go to the Render workspace and add a sunlight and move it slightly upwards and set its strength to 3. Then open the shader editor in the timeline below and select the jug, delete the simple crystal, and go to the node on the right side and reset the material output. Then go to Options and click on Backface Culling and change the blend mode to Alpha Blend and the shadow mode to Alpha Clip. First we will create the first reflection. For this, add Bump, Glossy BSDF, Shader to RGB in Color Ramp nodes. Select the type of Glossy BSDF from GGX to Multiscatter GGX and set its roughness to 0.4. Set the strength of the bump node to 0.05 and connect all the nodes in the UPS as you see. Select all the nodes and add them to a group by pressing Shift+P and name this group First Reflection. Then duplicate it and name the bottom 1 second reflection. Set the strength of this bump node to 0.1 and the roughness of the Glossy BSDF to 0.8. And set the white color of the color ramp to about 0.5. Then add a mix color node and set its type to lighten and connect the first color ramp to A and the second color ramp to B. Now as you can see we have got 3 colors. One is black color, which will be our glass color, and the other is light gray, which will be the shadow of our glass shading, and this white color, which will be the light falling on it. Set the mix color factor to 0.2 so that the light will also appear to be falling on the corners of our jug. After this, we will now create a reflection texture. To create it, add 3 noise textures, 2 color ramps, and a mix color node. Change the type of mix color to linear light and change its factor to 0.2. And connect them together the way I'm doing it. Set the scale of the third noise texture to 13 and the distortion to 0.2. Increase both values of the first color ramp a little and make the black color a little grayer. Set the scale of the second noise texture to 0.3, the detail to 4.5, and the distortion to 0.7. Then set the scale of the first noise texture to 4 and the detail to 0.2 and press Ctrl-T while keeping it selected, which will add mapping and texture coordinate nodes. Connect the texture coordinate object to the vector of the mapping node. And connect this vector to the vector of the third noise texture. Now select all these nodes and convert them into a group by pressing Shift+P and name it Reflection Texture. And then connect the result of the mix color to the height of both bump nodes. After completing the reflection texture, add 2 emission nodes, 3 mix shaders, 2 shader to RGB nodes, a transparent BSDF, and a diffuse BSDF. Connect all the nodes together as you see on the screen and connect the result of the mix color to the color of the first emission node and set its strength to 3. Then duplicate this mix color and connect the first shader to RGB with its B value and set its factor value to 1 and connect the result of the mix color to the shader of the first mix shader and to the factor of the second mix shader, as you can see on the screen. Then add a Fresnel node and set its IOR to 0.01 and then add a color ramp node, set its type to linear to constant and set its white color to 0.090. And then convert it to a group and name it glass rim and connect it to the A value of the mix color and also connect to the factor of the first mix shader. Now let's connect this second mix shader to the material output and see what we get. As you can see, we have created a glass shader, but it still has some shortcomings, so let's fix this deficiency. To overcome this deficiency, add a diffuse BSDF, shader to RGB, 2 separate color, a color ramp, and a combined XYZ nodes. Connect them together as you can see on the screen. Change the type of the color ramp from linear to constant and its white value to 0.250 and then change the type of both separate color from RGB to HSV. After completing the cell shader, connect this second mix shader to the third mix shader and connect the cell shader we just created to the third mix shader as you see on the screen. Connect the third mix shader to the material output and you can set its factor to 0 or even 0.15. Now if you want, you can make your own changes to it like I am doing. By making changes according to your needs, you can achieve the best glass shading. After doing all the shading on this jug, let's create an object on our own on which we test this glass shading. To do this, add a UV sphere and make it smaller, then go into edit mode, select the top vertices, and delete them. And then select the bottom vertices and move them up while keeping proportional editing on. Then select the entire object and press Alt+E to extrude inward. Then apply 2 supporting loop cuts on it and extrude it outwards and apply the subdivision surface modifier on it and shade smooth. After creating the object, apply the same texture to it. Now, just as I am testing it, you too can test it and get the glass shading you want. If you increase the strength of this first emission, you will get an effect similar to how we sometimes hold a glass in front of the sun and it suddenly starts to glow. This object will also shine in exactly the same way, as you can see. You can also change the color of this bottom emission. As you can see, the colors of the bottom of this object are changing. Then, if you want your glass shading to give a plastic look, press N and remove the tick mark from the back face. Now as you can see, our anime-style glass shading is ready. If you have any problem with it, you can review and copy all the textures from here. Alright, that's a wrap for today's tutorial on creating anime-style glass shading in Blender. I hope you enjoyed this unique technique and are excited to apply it to your own 3D projects. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow artists. I'd love to know what you think, so leave a comment below with any questions, suggestions, or what you'd like to see next on the channel. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.